Hello!
Hello.
It is 6 p.m. Saturday, June 5th, and you know what that means. Let's go around and introduce ourselves.
Yeah, I'm Amy Lynn.
I'm goddamn.
I'm Deja.
I'm Nick,
I'm Sophie.
I'm Xavier.
and we are
The
Intoxicated Readers.
Oh, I said gamers, readers.
You're on the wrong stream.
I am. Deja, dude, your hair looks so good today.
Yeah, it does.
You? Just
Very, very nice.
I didn't
Holy shit.
Hell yeah. Guys, it's episode 4 of Return of the Prompt.
Look at us.
The prompt this week, we had a choice of like 10-ish prompts that we've done over the past 10 weeks. We could choose any of them to do again, or pick one that we like didn't do if we are like out of town or for whatever reason. And then we're gonna, dramatically read what we wrote today. As usual, we have 3 drinking games. If you're drinking along, we are the Intoxicated Readers, so the intoxicated part is a key element. First rule, as always, is if we break character or mess up a line, take a drink. Second rule, whoever the Lord of the Drinks is today, who's got a drink on hand? Anytime Amy Lynn's straw cup water shows up, take a drink. And our third rule, which is unique to this week, but it's also unique to Return of the Prompt, is we are going to be guessing which prompt each piece was from. And it'll be the author's decision whether or not we guess before we read it by just the title and the characters, or after we read it, so we have some more insight. And we'll see how it goes. Without further ado, I think we're all ready to go, right, guys?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
We're going to start with my piece,
Prompts.
which you guys are going to have to guess beforehand.
Okay.
The title is Ecstasy and the Lack of Oppositional Force.
That's a great title.
It stars 2 characters, Lupe and Ecstatic. Let me get some guesses. Let's just go down, Amy Lynn.
I guess giving up an emotion for a power.
Same.
Yeah, I'm kind of rolling with that too.
Wait, what are the other ones?
Because I just saw a spider crawl up behind my anime butt tapestry.
A spoder.
No. The spider from last night?
Ugh.
Just
Unbelievable. I'm still not over it.
I hope
Not
that's
only
Mother's Day.
not only watching that girl vomit on what's his fucking name, and then seeing X
Ransom.
just smash. Yeah, Ransom. I could not. I'm surprised I was holding down my food so strong.
Oh no.
I'm gonna guess no regrets prompt. Something you thought you regret, but you didn't in the long run. Because why not?
I'm gonna just throw out there pictures worth 1,000 words. I don't know. Feeling it.
3 of you got it right. It is power at the cost of 1 emotion. Yeah, I missed it last week and I wanted to write, and then I ended up writing something completely different than what I originally had planned. So, enjoy this. The cast is as follows: Xavier as Ecstatic and Sophie as Lupe. Got it?
Mhm.
I'll be reading stage directions. Is everybody ready?
Yep.
Cool. Interior living room night. Ecstatic and Lupe stand in their living room. baring their fangs at each other like lions drawing a circle. Ecstatic is in a skin-tight, warm yellow suit of spandex and other materials, like a superhero dressed as a ray of sunlight. Lupe wears baggy sweats and a t-shirt, like she had just gotten out of bed. Her eyes are puffy and red, and she fights back tears.
You killed those people today, Dante.
I saved a whole lot more.
Saved? The response team had it under control.
Like a bunch of Call of Duty gun-loving freaks in uniforms that say SWAT? Are you going to be able to stop that bomber?
They were talking him down.
He wasn't going to do it. I know his type.
You killed those people today. You set that bomb off.
I saved everyone outside the building and around it too.
I can't believe you. I can't. What happened to your...
My what?
Nothing.
My what?
Your empathy. By God, Dante, your fucking sorrow, grief, your sadness. Jesus, Dante.
You know what I had to do. You know what I had to do to join the Operation Plutchik. You told me how important it was this world had heroes.
You were already a hero.
Not enough.
Ecstatic takes a moment to calm himself. Lupe stands there in the dark living room, tears streaming now.
What I had to do for this country, for you, I had to sacrifice. You knew the risks. You knew them. It's too late to turn back now. I'm ecstatic, a goddamn hero who doesn't know sorrow. So I'm sorry if I can't empathize or feel grief about a few lives lost when I saved a whole city block.
You can't feel it, Dante. But the weight lies on you still.
I have enough strength to carry any weight for the both of us.
Lupe approaches Ecstatic and places a hand lovingly on his face.
Not this time, Dante. You are like a mountain in the distance, present and powerful, and beautiful in the distance. Then winter comes. Powder upon sheet upon blanket of snow cover you until I can't make you out from the blizzard above or the frost below. I don't care what they did to you in that lab, Dante. To feel grief is to be human.
Lupe pulls away and picks up a duffel bag. She moves towards the front door.
Where are you going?
I can't stay here.
You're leaving me?
You hide a black hole behind that suit of sunlight. I will be burning in hell long before I let you pull in the last of my humanity. Goodbye, Ecstatic.
Lupe leaves. Ecstatic watches her go. He turns to the empty living room.
Ah!
Ecstatic throws the couch through the wall of the living room. He kicks the recliner chair into the kitchen, crashing into the fridge. The single dim light in the living room flickers as the fridge shutters. Then the electricity blows out, leaving Ecstatic alone in the dark. End.
Nice.
Well, shit.
Invincible type right there.
Oh yeah. Huge inspiration from
I
Invincible.
love that.
Wait,
I love that dialogue.
Invincible?
The metaphors.
Thank you. Invincible is the new Amazon Prime cartoon superhero.
Okay, never mind. That was so short, but powerful. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Heavy inspiration from the show, and I don't know, I wanted to get a little more like artsy fartsy with it this week, so I kind of wrote a little flowery, and I like it.
I know, I liked it a lot.
Heck
Those
yeah.
lines.
Mhm.
Poetry.
Right, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you guys for the wonderful read. Up next, I don't see a name on it. Whose is this?
Is it mine?
Yes, property number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. Property number 2 by me. Stage directions plus Nima is played by me. Lucian is Nick. Melinda is Deja. Bruno plus operator is Xavier. Lendon plus Miles is Kai. Voice plus pilot is Amy Lynn.
Do we guess first?
Do you want us? Right.
No, let's do it after.
Okay.
I'm excited.
Okay. Interior. Underground chamber. We see the back of a bald man, Lucian, 67, silhouetted against a glass wall, behind which there is endless water. He is very still until an alarm starts beeping. The man's silhouette turns his head to look to the left.
What is it?
The alarm sound stops, then a robotic female voice answers his question.
Property 2 has been commandeered 6 minutes ago at Zone Q427 on Earth at 14:27 hours.
Beat.
What?
No Levingsons are on board. Property 2 has been.
I heard what you said. Who commandeered it?
Identification and tracking has been disabled in Property 2.
Where are my sons?
London Levingson are at the welcoming station.
Let me speak to him.
A square video pops up on the glass in front of the man. London, 26, is seen in a large white room, and he looks worried and scared as he addresses his father.
Father, let me start by saying that we did not expect this to happen in a million years.
Of course you didn't expect it. Why would they tell you they planned on pirating the ship?
London is silent. He looks down in shame.
I trusted you. I left my property in your hands. I thought you were capable, intelligent enough not to squander this.
I am truly, deeply sorry, Father. I will do everything in my power to reverse my mistake and retrieve what is rightfully ours, yours.
If you don't get my ship back in 24 hours, I will no longer consider you any son of mine. I will sever you from this family. Do you understand?
London's eyes widen before he tempers his reaction and nods.
Yes, Father.
Where is your brother?
He's trying to send a message.
To his little girlfriend?
To Nima, yes. It seems as though she didn't know about the plans, but she was taken with them.
Interior engine room, day. We are back on the ship, also known as Property 2. Melinda, 32, is holding Nima, 22, as she thrashes against her, trying to get out of her grasp. What the hell did you do? What the hell did you just fucking do? We have to go back! Nima manages to move more and more violently until she almost escapes Melinda's grasp. Then Melinda turns them around and traps Nima between her own body and the plank wall so that Nima's movements are even more constrained. Nima tries struggling even more but can't. Melinda reasons with her directly into her ear.
Nima, listen to me. You are safe now. You are safe and free for the first time in your life. I know you recognize what it meant.
There's a
Your freedom.
long moment of silence as Nima breathes heavily.
I'm sorry. We weren't able to tell you about this before. In time, I hope you'll come to
I
understand.
hate you, you vile bitch. Melinda releases her as if she had been stung, hurt written all across her face. Nima crumples to the ground and her body starts shaking with sobs.
I'm protecting you.
Bruno and Miles, who have been watching the two women from a distance, tentatively approach them.
This is new for all of us, Nima. It's going to be different and terrifying, but we have each other.
This doesn't make sense. None of it makes sense. None of you told me anything and you just expect me to come on board and be okay with it?
Maybe we would have gotten the chance to tell you if you weren't too busy shacking up with the prissy boy every night.
Miles. That's enough.
What? I don't see why she has to be here. She clearly doesn't want to be. Pretty obvious that she'd rather stay Captain Kirk's little whore. And honestly, we'd all probably
Melinda
be better
goes to
off if
Miles
that
and
were...
slaps him across the face in the blink of an eye, eliciting a yelp from the boy. Then silence. Nima looks up at Melinda in stunned silence, surprised that she's still she'd still defend her after being called a vile bitch.
I will not tolerate you shaming her. We are a crew now. We have to band together. We will accomplish nothing if we tear each other down.
But he's right.
I'm gonna give you one chance to reconsider your words, boy.
We are crew, and we do have to band together. But we can only truly do that if we choose to be here. And if we can only make that choice if we have the option to leave. So give the girl the option.
No.
If she doesn't choose this, then we'll never be able to trust her. And if we don't have trust, we don't have anything.
I was under the impression that she hated our lives as much as we did. But clearly her experience was a little more pleasant. I mean, she was basically one of them. Or at the very least, she wanted to be. Did you see the way she would scroll all those books away in her room? Just poring over every little thing he'd teach her or give her? How she would melt at the slightest praise from any of them.
Melinda
It's
is reaching her
pathetic.
wit's end, but before she can say anything, static is heard from one of the control panels on the far side of the engine room. We see a rectangular image of Kirk crackle in and out of view. He's speaking, but we only hear disconnected sounds. He's clearly trying to get Nima's attention. She turns away and closes her eyes.
Thought you disabled communication. Turn that off.
Bruno runs over to the control panel and the video shuts off. He returns and everybody is silent for many heavy moments. Then Nima breaks it. I hated myself every single minute of every day. Nobody knows how to respond for several seconds.
But you didn't hate him.
I did. I do hate him.
Forgive me if I find that a little hard to believe.
Did he force you?
No.
And that's a strange way of showing hate.
You can feel more than one way about a person. Please tell me you're smart enough to understand that.
If you say so.
Melinda ends the interrogation.
Go to bed, all three of you. Nobody is leaving, and nobody will be offering their unsolicited judgments anymore. We have to look forward now. We're headed to planet Tinjaku. We should be there in 24 hours, and there's plenty to be done before then. So get your rest.
Interior, Nima's room, night. Nima is laying in bed, eyes wide open. She stays like that for several moments, then she gives up and gets up. Interior, ship hallway, night. Nima is walking down a vast hallway. Each step she makes echoes on metal floors. From floor to ceiling, the hallway is at least 3 times her height. On one side of the hallway, there are countless windows that stretch all the way up to the ceiling, with silk drapes flanking their sides. Nima approaches one of the windows and holds her finger down on the glass. That window pane changes from vast fields and trees under a starry moonlit sky to the pitch black of outer space. We see Earth off in the distance, and Nima's face in the reflection of the window looks lost. She keeps walking. Interior, master bedroom, night. A creaky door opens, and Nima steps inside a master bedroom that we can't see, but by the echoing of her footsteps, we know that it is a vast, mostly empty space.
Who's there?
Suddenly, the bedside lamp turns on. Melinda is sitting up in bed with her rifle pointed right at Nima. Nima puts her hands up. It's just me. Jesus Christ, you sleep with that thing? Melinda sighs and puts her rifle down on the bed next to her.
What are you doing
I
here?
could ask you the same thing.
Well, who else is gonna sleep in the master bedroom now? Why are you awake?
I couldn't sleep. I don't know if I'll ever be able to sleep again. Melinda gets out of bed and puts on a sweater.
I want to show you something.
Interior, observation deck, night. Melinda leads Nima into a vast glass observatory at the tail end of the ship. The layout is at least the size of 2 baseball fields. Unlike the rest of the ship, the ground is not metallic, but it's soil and stone. The space is encased entirely by glass, but this room does not have a filter showing grassy fields outside. We see the unquantifiable black of the universe, and we see Earth and its moon in the distance. It's still the closest planet to them. Inside the giant corridor sphere-shaped room, there are trees, ancient ones of different varieties, tangled together and filling the space with their majestic unruliness. They are huge and old. Nima's face floods with awe. It's clear that she has never seen anything like this.
I was never allowed to bring you in here before.
Nima is speechless. She pulls her eyes back down from the tops of the trees. When she looks into Melinda's face, there are tears running down her face. I've never... How is this...
Isn't
Oh, nice. No, it isn't nice. This is incredible. This is unreal. So, this has been here my whole life, and I've never been allowed to step foot in here.
Yes. It was a Levingston family secret. Each of these plants is an authentic sample, unrooted from one of Earth's dying forests before they became completely barren. It was Mr. Levingston's grandfather, who designed this when the ship was first being built. This is a taste of what your home used to
Weren't
be.
you born on Earth too?
Yes.
Do you also long for it? The lush forests and rivers and oceans that you hear about in books? Is it even possible to long for something you've never seen? Something that didn't even exist in your lifetime?
I do. Constantly.
They're silent for a long time. How do all of these plants grow in the same room if they're from different environments?
There's an operator,
What is that?
a man with abilities that I do not know the limits of. He can alter the genetic makeup of living organisms. He can make a tree grow from a sapling to hundreds of feet tall within a matter of weeks. He can even take people's emotions away, make them completely obedient or never feel fear again.
It's incredible. I'd like to meet him.
We're going to. He's with Lucian Levinson on planet Jinjaku. He has helped him grow an entire planet's worth of forests and suppress an entire planet's worth of servants. We're going to try to recruit him. It may not
Nima
work.
takes this in, not knowing how to respond for several moments. There are forests on planet Tenjaku?
Yes. And lakes and rivers. Even though the planet is man-made, the operator was able to make the vegetation grow rapidly, and their massive supply of water from Earth's ocean keep the entire atmosphere supplied with lush, breathable air. Even this ship has a large supply of water which it runs electricity through to create more
Melinda
oxygen.
turns to Nima. Her face is a mix of shock and horror. You mean to tell me that a man-made resort planet takes Earth's resources while its inhabitants are on the brink of death?
Nima, I need you to listen to me.
Melinda takes Nima by the shoulders and looks right into her eyes.
I know everything about your life has changed. I know this isn't easy, and I can't promise that I can't promise that it will get any easier from here. So if you want to leave, if you decide this fight isn't something you want to be a part of, I'll understand. I will help you get out and find a safe place to live where you can finally be done with all of this. You deserve that much. I don't want to keep you here against your will like you've been kept here your entire life. But just know, if there's any part of you that wants to stay here with us, with me, to fight these monsters, the men and women who mercilessly drain the life of Earth and hoard it for themselves, I'd be overjoyed to have you be part of this crew. Consider this my official offer to you, Nima.
Nima looks lost as Melinda's face splits open with her earnest plea. Then Nima pulls her into a tight hug. You're the closest thing I have to a mother. I won't leave you. Melinda breathes a sigh of relief. The two women hold on to each other for a long time. I'm sorry I called you a vile bitch. Interior, Planet Tenjaku operating room, day. A man, the operator, 56, sits in a wooden room. He has his eyes closed, and he's sitting in front of a picture of Earth mounted on the wall. The floors in this room are made of bamboo, and there are sliding doors made of paper that are open, revealing the outside world. There are thousands of trees gracing the hilly scenery. There are ponds and waterfalls and steaming outdoor hot baths and people. People swimming in the ponds and soaking in the hot baths, wearing sunglasses and sparkling two-piece bathing suits. People with unnaturally orange-looking skin and alarmingly light hair. Then, a warm female voice emanates from seemingly everywhere, a wide smile audible through her voice. The operator doesn't open his eyes throughout the announcement.
Good afternoon, resort dwellers. Today's temperatures will be in the high 70s with gentle winds picking up right around happy hour. Water temperatures are at a refreshing 79 degrees. Join me as we go back in time about 800 years to the wonderfully lush shores of Okinawa, Japan. Enjoy the breeze rustling through our authentic cherry blossom trees. And don't forget to put on sunscreen.
The operator is muttering to himself as he kneels in front of a picture of Earth.
Please don't let the death of those buried in our soil be in vain. The lives lost to the construction of the unnatural planet buried in the very soil and waters they've spent their lives cultivating. Rest in peace and enjoy the spirits and luxuries you were never afforded during your lifetimes.
The operator opens his eyes. Lucien is standing outside the open sliding doors. We see his face for the first time. He is bald and stern-looking, with slate gray eyes. When the operator sees him, he stands up and bows deeply towards him.
Hello, sir. To what do I owe the honor?
I'm sorry to interrupt your prayers.
That's perfectly all right. I just finished.
Good. My son's lost his ship.
They lost it?
Yes. They left it unattended for a short while to refill the air supply back on Earth. And while they weren't on the ship, our servants took it. Isn't that odd?
Yes. I've never heard of anything like that happening before.
And it's especially peculiar because the captain of the ship should not have been able to disobey her orders. Do you remember why, operator?
I took away her ability to disobey.
Lucien slowly starts walking closer and closer to the operator, and he backs up in an attempt to keep space between them.
Exactly. It's the same operation you've overseen 1,000 times. Do you have any ideas why it might have failed?
Cut to interior engine room, day. Melinda is speaking to Miles, Bruno, and Nima along with the rest of the crew, preparing them for their first mission.
We will be landing on planet Tenjaku in 6 minutes. None of you have been on this planet before, so I'd like to describe to you what to expect so that we can move as swiftly as possible. Planet Tenjaku is owned by Mr. Lucien Levinson. His great-grandfather, Belvedere Levinson, started the construction of this planet over 100 years ago. And what you'll see when we land is a sort of replica of what Okinawa, Japan used to look like 800 years ago. It'll be like nothing you've ever seen before, with forests that have long since gone extinct
The crew
on Earth.
members all look at each other with confusion. Nima keeps her focused gaze on Melinda.
This planet's existence is only possible because of the work of one man, the
As
operator.
Melinda keeps talking, we cut to the operating room. Interior operating room, day. We see Lucien has grasped grasped the operator by his collar. He is yelling into his face, becoming red and spittle flying everywhere. The operator is wide-eyed and shaking, terrified.
Unique ability to alter living organisms at will. He is the reason why the forests of planet Tenjaku grew to full maturity in a couple months, and she is also the reason why the population of servants on the planet are physically incapable of
Lucien
disobeying
throws
orders.
the operator to the ground.
He is also the reason why we are able to escape and He is also the reason why we were able to escape and commandeer
We
this
cut
ship.
back to the engine room. Interior engine room day.
There's someone I'd like you all to meet.
Melinda opens a small door and waves at the person in the other room to come in. An older woman, the pilot, 76, walks in and stands next to Melinda in front of the crew. She looks uncomfortable and anxious.
This is the person who's been piloting the ship all these years. She was forbidden from interacting with anybody outside of the Levingston family. Can you tell us all what
The
happened
captain
to
looks
you?
at Melinda warily. When she speaks, her voice is creaky, almost like it's rusty from lack of use.
I was told to stay in one room, day in and day out, in order to pilot the ship at all times. The operator, she was supposed to take away my ability to disobey. Apparently, he'd done it hundreds of times before, but he didn't. Not to me. He told me to pretend that I couldn't disobey any orders, but that one day in the future I would need to.
Interior operating room day. The operator is curled up on the ground, having been brutalized by Lucien. Lucien has finished with him and walks over to the far wall, which is comprised entirely of small black doors similar to bank vaults. On each door is a label with a name and an emotion. He scans all of them. He briefly passes one that says, Lucien Levingston, guilt, and strokes his finger over it. He continues his search but cannot find what he's looking for.
This is all your fault. This entire planet and the lives of everyone here is in jeopardy, and it's your fault. I hope you're happy, you useless pile of scum.
Lucien spits at the operator while he lays unresponsive on the ground. Exterior, landing dock, day. We see the ship has now landed on planet Tenjaku, and the plank door is coming down. At first, they are greeted warmly by a group of people wearing green robes. These people bow to them and start ushering them towards the various attractions on the resort planet. They are willingly separated and guided around various parts of the resort. Interior, operating room. Lucien turns to leave while the operator still lies in the corner. Then, Melinda appears in the doorway with her shotgun. She looks at the operator, curled up and bloodied in the corner of her room. She steels her face and she fixes her eyes on Lucien, igniting them with fiery rage. Melinda has a couple of the green-robed people surrounding her, looking terrified and trying to restrain her, but then other crew members come up from behind and grab their hands, keeping them from doing anything.
Oh, old friend.
Melinda, I knew you were behind this all.
An alarm starts blaring loudly, and a warning message blasts from everywhere at once.
Security breached. Security breached. Everyone make your way calmly back to your rooms and lock your doors.
Me. How could you brutalize the person who you owe all your success to? You are a tyrant, and nobody who has free will would ever
Melinda's
follow
words
you.
clearly anger Lucien deeply. He grabs the operator from the ground and lifts him up to shield his own body. He then pulls a knife out of his coat pocket and holds it up to the operator's throat.
You came all the way here for him. This useless pile of shit. He couldn't even do his job right. He failed at the one thing I asked him to do, to keep my ship safe. And now it's infected with the likes of you dirty peasants.
I feel sorry for you, Lucien.
Sorry? For me? Why?
You can't even recognize the difference between someone failing, and someone intentionally disobeying you. You're truly pathetic. Now let him go, or I'll pull a bullet straight through your shiny
Lucian
bald
grows
head.
enraged and digs the knife a little further into the operator's throat. Melinda grows panicked.
Stop! Let him go.
Then put your gun down. Or are you too afraid of what'll happen if you do?
We see the realization that there's no other option come over Melinda's face. She slowly crouches down and places her gun on the ground in front of her feet. Then, out of nowhere, Nima appears from behind the platform of the raised operating room and grabs the gun. In a split second, she has fired a bullet cleanly through Lucian's shiny bald head, and he falls backwards onto the ground, taking the operator with him. As a pool of blood starts forming around Lucian's head, the operator stumbles back up, shaking Lucian's limb from around his neck and shoulders in disgust. Melinda and everyone else turn slowly towards Nima in awe. There's a long silence.
So, what now?
The end. That wasn't gonna be the end, but that's the end for now.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's awesome.
Really, really good world building.
Mm-hmm.
Thank
So,
you.
Very cool.
Thank you for the amazing read, y'all.
I was getting the 100 vibes.
Ooh.
That's what you said about part 1.
Yeah, well, yeah. Carry through.
The beginning had
Well, 1 power at the cost of 1.
yeah.
Huh?
That's your guess.
I agree with Kai.
I also
Same.
agree.
And it goes back to all the way to pirates.
I was
Also.
gonna say Pirate Week, yeah.
Is that part of this?
No, it's not. Because we have that. Remember, we have this discrepancy of like how far we can go back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. There's actually I pulled a James, and there's several of the prompts that are kind of not necessarily fully, but I had 4.
4.
Sequel of the
I
prompt.
think.
Is
Sequel of the prompt. 1 power.
trying to get them all.
What else are we looking at?
This is your
Oh,
Let's see what the prompts are. Let's see what
Mm, mm,
Let
mm,
me
mm.
look.
Ooh, where do we go after we die?
ooh. Worst script imaginable.
Yeah, right.
I jest.
You are limitless,
Got it.
maybe?
No regrets.
No regrets.
How to train, insert noun.
What if COVID never happened?
Oh, insert an awkward
The
moment into your
picture.
script.
I just listed out all the prompts.
I think we have. So.
Did everyone guess? I mean, well, should I just reveal them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, well, sequel to the prompt, 1 power at the cost of your emotions, 24 hours to do anything. Where do
Yes.
we go after we die?
Yeah, let's go.
I got
man.
3
Let's go.
out of the 4.
Nice.
I knew it was limitless.
You also had an awkward moment,
Where?
though.
Which one was that? They were all awkward moments. Which one are you talking about?
I was talking about the poor fucking pilot lady, dude. She's like, I haven't met anyone for years.
Yeah.
But it was all worth it at the end because, she could, help them out.
Right.
Where was the where do we go after we die?
When
part?
he's like praying to himself and he's all like, "Oh, let all the people who like suffered their lives who are buried."
And all
in
the
this
people
world."
who have died to build this land rest and feel bountiful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, bountiful.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
That was cool. Definitely an episode on Netflix.
Oh yeah. Wonderful, wonderful. Let's move.
Thank you.
Let's keep rolling. Up next is Deja.
Call your thing. You guys can guess now.
Don't take this the wrong way. Worst script imaginable.
I'm gonna say awkward moment.
Yeah, awkward. Wait. Yeah, awkward moment.
I gotta go back to the list. One sec.
While Nick's doing that, Deja, I just want to explain because it looks like an open scene.
Oh, I get what you meant.
Okay, cool.
That's a prompt in the prompt list.
What?
The open scene.
It is?
It's a prompt that we never used.
Interesting.
A picture is worth 1,000
yeah.
words.
Next. So bad.
I'm gonna hop onto Amy Lynn's thing and say work script and vegetable.
X, did you say something?
Yes, I said I agree with Kai.
What is it?
Awkward
I
momental.
see. It is was imaginable. Yes. Emily and
Nice.
Sophie got it correct. Alright, the cast is Amy Lynn as C and Kai as D.
Let's go open scene.
Start when you're ready, guys.
Hi.
No.
I didn't do anything yet.
Good.
I don't understand.
Fine.
Fine?
Yeah, I'm fine. Are you?
Fine.
Yeah.
Yes, I think so.
Oh?
Well,
Just what?
I'm gonna
What?
say something.
Will I like it?
Maybe.
And maybe not?
Yeah.
Okay. Talk.
You sure?
No.
I lost it yesterday.
Yeah, you did.
I'm sorry.
You're sorry?
Yeah, I am.
Oh.
Aren't you?
I didn't do anything.
Exactly.
I should go.
Like always.
Meaning?
It's your thing.
That's not true.
Did she lose his penis?
What?
Where the fuck did you get that?
Did she
I
lose
like
his
that though.
penis?
No, like this is a
That's
great open scene. Like if people need that has trajectory, storyline, plot.
There was
That is-
tension. Yeah.
Not gonna be
Nothing
good,
was
guys. It was a bad script.
Yay!
But it was a good open scene.
Funny.
It was that special kind of mind numbing that an open scene needs.
Mind numbing.
It's like, did she lose his penis?
I'm gonna go. She lost
It was
something.
your thing.
That can be your character's choice.
That's
She
true.
lost his virginity.
Yes! Where did it go? We don't know.
You don't know.
Where did we go after
And
we
he didn't
died?
do anything. So
Like, oh.
I thought they had an argument. I was like, oh, maybe she lost it the other day about some argument, and Kai's character's not feeling
Me
it.
too,
Yeah,
I
you
thought-
did.
Yeah. I wrote it, but it's always up for interpretation.
open
Oh,
scenes.
hello, Nick. You're close to the camera.
The spider reappeared and I just got it, dude.
No, ew,
Yeah.
how big was
Sorry.
it?
Oh my
Sorry, I
god,
was so
everyone's getting spiders.
It's easy. All you got to do you have to make a choice to kill it or let it live. And then if they say kill it, that's it.
Guys, I came home last night to a spider hanging from my shower.
See,
I
you
went
just-
up and
Spiders
I
everywhere.
cut it and I squished it with my hand. I'm just kidding. I got a napkin and I squished it.
See.
In your way.
Yeah, those I just usually you grab the web and you just be like, yeah, but side.
Yeah.
But if I
And then give it the chance to climb up? Absolutely not.
they won't. It's hard for them because if you can tell they'll start to turn around because it's from their spinneret, right? So, oh yeah, I made this.
Oh, yeah,
So it's
they're
from the
just
spinneret, so they'll turn around.
It's called a
Yeah.
spinneret.
Yeah, I remember I put
Cute.
it in my last scene with the eye thing and spinneret.
Cool, cool, cool.
Oh,
I had to do research.
True.
Hell
The
yeah.
lesson is, if you kill a spider with your hand, your friends will be haunted by that same spider. That is the
Is anyone haunted?
Always.
Dang.
they gave me one. It's definitely haunted.
Hopefully, I become Spider-Man, and then we all can be like not haunted.
Mm.
Oh, Deja, that was
You become
my favorite.
Spider-Man.
I like that better than any
Oh,
open scene I've ever worked on in Anda.
Same.
Yeah.
I wish I had that.
High praise.
Right? Crazy.
Oh gosh, yeah. They gave us nothing in those scenes. Hi. Hi.
All right.
Moving on.
Kai, end this show.
Oh gosh.
You've got the final piece of the night.
Yeah. Okay. This is Luvaris episode 3. Let's go. It's been a while since I went back to it. There are 3 prompts in this, but 2 are very obvious. So guess now.
Oh,
Equal
Go.
to the prompt.
I don't remember the other 2. What was the genre?
Right.
Equal
That's
to the
one.
prompt.
What was it?
Sequel.
Where do we go after we die?
Yes.
Yes.
Bars?
How many said 3 or 4? 3.
Three.
One more in there. Let me check.
Next
Intoxicated
bitch.
Fanfic Fest?
Ooh. Oh yeah. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say there's gonna be a big college sport in this script. I can feel it.
Baseball episode.
Yes.
I'm gonna go with everyone's like main 2, but a picture's worth 1,000 words.
Didn't you do Luvar's, the first one about pictures worth 1,000? Never mind.
So-
That was episode 2.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I like how you wrote the full name for the cast. Well, most of our.
It's like official,
Hell yeah.
you know. Oh, I didn't write Amy Lynn's last name. It's
So
okay.
rude.
Amy Lynn knows her last name.
Lynn is her last name. What do you mean?
We all know Amy Lynn's last
Amy Space Lynn.
name.
That's it.
Right.
Fine.
True. True.
Would I be synonymous?
Did everyone get
if-
your guesses in?
Never mind.
Would you be synonymous with what?
If I go by Amy Lynn,
I don't
Would you be-
understand the
Te-
question.
because you know Beyonce,
Okay.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh.
If I go by Amy Lynn, but it being 2 words, would that still be synonymous?
Synonymous?
Like,
Is that not the right word?
Is
Am
it
I-
anonymous?
No, no, no. Oh, maybe that's not the right word.
It's similar.
No, it's like by going by your first name, like Lord or like Beyonce, Adele,
Share.
Shakira.
I think so.
I think of your
Amy
first name as
Because
Amy
it's,
Lynn, even though no, technically Lynn is the middle
Same.
name.
no, yeah, I think of Amy Lynn as your first name
Okay.
too.
Sorry
Right.
for going on this weird tangent. I feel like it's just
Okay. I want to know
Going
what
back
word
to
you're
Kai's.
thinking of.
it's not synonymous, I guess.
Your middle name is Lynn.
What?
I'm serious. Wait, who said that? Is your middle name Lynn?
Mhm.
Am I?
What?
Lynn. Confused. I thought it was her first name.
I just I like the sound of Amy Lynn, so
I did
that's
for-
like, yeah, it's more of like a Robert Downey Jr. kind of thing. I just like my full name, but yeah, don't stress, it's fine.
Amy Lynn Robert Downey Jr. Perea. I get it.
Yes.
No.
One
just
can
thought
only
It was
imagine.
Amy Lynn.
Isn't he already married?
And he didn't have a
A-L-R.
God damn it.
Yeah.
Sorry for the confusion, Deja.
It's alright. I'm just
in shock.
Cal, we've got your
Digesting.
piece to read.
New information.
Investing.
Segue.
Right.
should do
Did
that.
everyone say their guess?
Please tell us.
Guesses. Okay,
Ish.
I'll just say it. So, sequel of the prompt, intoxicated fanfic, and one power, the gods and one emotion.
Oh, God.
Keep going back to that one.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
fun prompt though. All right. So stop. The cast is as follows. Nick will be playing Nick. X will be playing Christian as well as X. D will be playing Deja. I will be playing Guang. Sophie will be Sophie, and Amy Lynn Perea will be Hooded Figure.
Thank you.
I'll also be reading stage directions. All right, everyone. Yes. Ready?
There's a second.
Wait,
spot.
I'm reading stage
sorry.
directions? Oh,
No,
okay.
I will
Whoa.
We're okay.
Exterior, Luvaris, City, Market District, Night. Nick, Christian, and Deja have made it to the Market District of Luvaris City, south of the arrival hub. Sweaty, dirty, and exhausted, they look up at the neon sign sitting atop a little motel that says, "The Final Respite."
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
Oh, come on, Christian. This is the 5th motel we've seen, and we're kind of on our last legs here.
You really want to stay at a place called the Final Respite?
It's better than the Death Club,
Or Motel 666.
which you wouldn't think is dimensionally known as satanic.
I don't know, guys. They all seem sketchy.
This whole situation is sketchy. We just need some place to rest for tonight. It's getting real dark, Christian, and
A loud clang is heard on the other end of the alleyway. Nick, Deja, and Christian whirl around to see what made the sound, but only shadows greet their vision. A strange uneasiness settles in their guts.
Yeah, okay. Maybe you're right.
Nick is the first to enter the little motel, followed by Deja, and then Christian, who sneaks one last peek at the alleyway. A canine-like shape is seen groveling in the trash. It pauses, sensing Christian's gaze, and looks up. Its 3 eyes glow red. Christian races into the motel after his friends. Interior, Luvaris, the Final Respite, Night. The lobby of the motel is small and somewhat cozy, with incense burning in the corner, and the smell of spices wafting from the back room. Cinnamon, cloves, Sichuan peppercorns, fennel, and star anise. Golden and red decorations are hung across the walls with pictures of lanterns, dragons, long-haired women, and a skeleton warrior, giving the space a strange, mystical feeling. Nick clears his throat and rings the little bell at the front desk.
Is it just me? Does this place feel kinda...
Chinese?
Yeah. I'm getting that too.
Deja peeps the Chinese characters lining the walls. It almost looks like a spell. They hear a rustling coming from the back room, and then Guang, an old Chinese man, makes his way to the front desk. He has a little white fuzz on the top of his head, and a long white beard twisted into 3 separate braids hanging from his chin. He sees them and smiles. Hello, welcome to Final Respite. My name is Guang. Are you 3 travelers seeking accommodations?
Yes. Hello. We'd like to rent a room. What are your prices?
Deja quickly glances at Christian.
We don't have any money.
No, we don't.
You'll find our prices here at the Final Respite are the lowest of all Luvaris. With free breakfast if you stay for more than 2 nights. It's 10 hours for a night, 17 for 2, and 21 for 3.
Aris? Right. Great. So, can we pay, like, at the end of our stay?
We don't... Well, see, it's easy to promise that, but then leave on your final night without a warning. We here at the Final Respite, they look around. It's just him. are not too keen on empty promises.
Okay. Then how about a deal?
Wait, Nick.
We'll loan you something as collateral.
Nick,
That way, you know we won't run. Because you have something of ours we need to get back.
Do you have something of worth to loan? Nick looks back at Christian and Deja.
You guys got anything?
Christian shrugs. Deja digs her pockets, not expecting to find anything, but then pulls out.
I have this pendant.
Guang eyes the pendant, a beautiful brass sword with a curved tip and flowers on the handle. His eyes widen and his face flushes. Kulo Nu Wang. He reaches for it, and Deja hesitantly hands it to him. He treats it like a piece of treasure, gently holding it in his palm and examining it. Where did you get this?
I don't know. I found it in my pocket.
Guang looks at the pendant for a second longer before returning it with a huge smile on his face. Keep it. Forget collateral. You may stay at my motel as long as you like.
Wait, really?
just like that?
Yes. Please, let me show you to your rooms. Would the gentlemen like to room together?
I love you, Christian, but I'd kill for my own space right now.
No need for killing. Come, come. Huang leads them upstairs. They're all thoroughly confused, but seeing to it that it's been such a long day, none of them are really questioning it right now. Deja looks at the pendant in her hand. She doesn't understand it or how it got in her pocket, but she feels a strange connection to it, as if it's something she lost a long time ago. Cut 2. Exterior, Luvaris. City, Upper District, night. Xavier and Sophia have found their way in the Upper District of Luvaris, a loud, busy, and fancy side of town booming with music, people, and laughter. They make their way through the crowds, many of whom are dressed impeccably, flaunting their wealth like a neon sign in darkness. No one notices Xavier and Sophie's tattered clothes or wounds. They're too busy admiring themselves. They stop underneath a metal canopy in an alleyway between buildings. It's an empty alleyway, and no one seems to be minding them, so they help themselves down onto the bench next to the back entrance to catch their breaths.
Ah, okay. The adrenaline's wearing off, I think.
He gasps when a sharp pain penetrates from his back to his rib.
Ah, I think the bullet wound's acting up.
Yeah, because it's not stabilized, dumbass. We need to find a doctor, an actual doctor.
No. We don't know who we can trust here.
Okay, then you'll die.
Xavier shoots Sophie a look.
Anyone ever tell you you're super intense?
No, shut up. This is serious, X.
Xavier glances at himself through the glass windows on the other side of the street. His eyes are back to normal, and he can no longer smell or see beyond his usual senses, but he still senses tiny vibrations, little twinges in his gut. Remnants of his past powers still remain.
I can hold off for a little while longer. It hurts, but it won't kill me.
Yet. Look, I know we don't exactly know who we can trust, but it doesn't hurt to look around. If we can find someone who doesn't seem like they're out to kill us.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I don't think everyone in this place is bad. Just need to figure out who is.
Out of the darkness, Xavier sees a hooded figure step towards them. He can't decipher any recognizable features, but from the way they're dressed and the way his gut is tingling, he has a feeling this figure isn't a friendly face.
We have company.
Sophie turns to look at the figure, but before she can say anything, the figure pulls out a pistol and shoots. The bullet hits the wall an inch away from Xavier's face. He doesn't think. He grabs Sophie's wrist and runs. But then another bullet hits the floor in front of them. They stop. Whoever this person is, they're a good-ass shot. And if they try to run, there's no doubt they'll be gunned
X.
down.
Yeah.
That's the person who shot you in the back.
X's eyes widen. He looks over his shoulder at the hooded figure. When they step out of the darkness, they see a black skeleton mask covering their face, and only their one green right eye visible.
Who are you? What do you want from us?
The hooded figure keeps their pistol pointed at X's head. They then slowly move the gun to Sophie's. Cut 2. Interior, Luvaris, the final respite. Deja's room, night. Deja, having just showered and put on the plain linen clothes Guang had provided them only a few moments before, pads her way around the little motel room, trying to figure it all out. She looks at the pendant on the bedside table. She grabs it and heads downstairs. Interior, Luvaris, the final respite, night. Deja walks downstairs and sees Guang at the front desk, praying to what looks like a skeletal ornament. She doesn't want to impose, but after 5 minutes, she feels herself growing weary, so she approaches him.
Hi.
Guang stops praying and looks up, surprised.
Sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt your prayer. I was just hoping.
She stops, hesitates, but then pulls out the pendant from her pocket.
What is this? Why did you recognize it? Where did it come from?
Guang looks at her for a moment, and then smiles. Can't sleep?
No. Not really.
Good, because the story you want to hear will take quite a bit of your time. Sit. Deja sits on the stool in front of the desk awkwardly, and then places the pendant down. Would you like some tea? Mandarin oranges? Maybe a wadabi?
Tea would be nice. I don't really know what the last thing is.
Of course you wouldn't. It's a Luvaris thing. And you're not from Luvaris, are you? Deja looks up at him in surprise, but his eyes are warm and kind. I will be right back with your tea. When he disappears through the back, Deja releases the breath she didn't realize she was holding. She looks around the small lobby. Everything is turned on its head, and in this moment of respite, she feels her heart ache for her friends and for Kai. She prays they're okay. Cut 2. Exterior, Luvaris, City, Upper District, night. The hooded figure approaches them, pistol raised, ready to shoot should anything happen. Xavier tries to think of a plan, but Sophia can only think of one thing. Flashback, exterior, arrival hub, welcome center, day. A subtle bang. Xavier screams when he's shot, falling to his knees as blood gushes out a hole on his back. Sophie whirls around to see what had hit him. A hooded figure stands behind them, cloaked in their skeletal mask, green eye burning with determination. They sheathe their pistol and take a step back.
Hey, get back here!
The hooded figure stops, just for a moment, before turning to look at Sophie. And when they look at her, all she can feel is dread and sorrow and grief. She swallows, the emotions overwhelming in her chest, and then the figure turns to leave. End flashback. Exterior, Luvaris, City, Upper District, night. Sophia looks at the hooded figure. They're already so close to them, the muzzle of the pistol is pressed against Sophia's temple. She sees the same emotions in that green eye, and for some strange reason, Sophie feels another emotion coupled with them. Rage. She feels it surge through her body, burning through her insides. And then...
Oh, shit.
Sophie.
Hey,
Sophie can't control it. Suddenly, there's an energy inside of her bursting to come up. She gasps as if air had been stolen from her lungs, and she can't breathe. She can't breathe until a tornado of fire bursts out of her, bursting from her mouth, from her skin, from her hair. The hooded figure is caught completely off guard. They stumble backwards, losing grip of their pistol, and Xavier has to let go of Sophie in order not to get burned to a crisp. After a few long seconds, the fire calms down, though Sophie's skin still remains bright and red, and her eyes have now become somewhat transparent, with a tinge of red and orange in her pupils.
you.
Fuck yeah, Sophie! That's sick as hell!
Sophie looks back at him, but Xavier realizes with growing dismay, he can't see Sophie. He sees a husk of a person with only rage burning in her transparent orange-red eyes. She ignores him and turns back to the hooded
You
figure.
will burn for every sin you have ever committed.
An unexpected change of pace? No matter. Your powers won't last forever.
The hooded figure looks at Xavier.
You get another day, Earthling. Enjoy it while you can.
Xavier opens his mouth to speak, but the hooded figure disappears just as quickly as they had appeared.
Shit! I wanted some answers.
He turns to Sophie, who remains the husk that she was, burning and bright and angry.
Sophie? Sophie? She's gone. You can turn back now? Or something?
You speak to something you do not understand. How dare you approach me?
As she says this, she turns to him. Her eyes narrowed in venomous rage. She steps towards him, her fist burning once again with fire, raised and ready to strike.
Whoa, Sophie, hey! I'm not the enemy here.
You are insignificant. You are worthless. You are nothing, and you will know your place.
She is just about to punch him when she suddenly stops, and her eyes go back to normal. Her body turns back to its original shade, her skin cools down, and Sophie comes back.
X?
You were just about to beat my ass.
I remember. You were... I couldn't... Oh my god. I wasn't me. I couldn't control myself. X, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I figured.
They stand together awkwardly, not really knowing what to say.
It was pretty badass, though.
Sophie laughs.
Yeah, thanks.
She looks down at her hands.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, tell me about it. Looks like we need to figure this out soon. We're being hunted now.
Sure, but first things first. You need a doctor, X.
Just charge up that hand, yours to seal up my wound. Easy.
Shut up.
As their laughter echoes through the alleyway, the hooded figure stands atop a building, staring down at them. They pull out their mask, but we still don't see their face. They look up at the sky, and we see their mouth. There's a scar running down the right side of their lips.
We're almost there, my queen. We'll find you soon.
As she says this, we pan down to see her hand gripping a pendant. A brass sword with a curved tip and flowers on the handle. Blackout.
Wait, so is her queen Deja?
Aw.
If she has the pendant too?
Right, I was thinking like
Oh my god!
maybe I.
Or Deja could be a sleeper cell.
A what?
A sleeper cell, like a follower that doesn't know she's a follower until she gets activated to where, Deja turns on everybody.
Sorry, guys, I had to let Jason in. We're on stream. Say
Okay,
hi.
hello.
Say hi, stream.
Hi,
Hello.
Jason.
What's up, Jason?
What's up?
Hi.
Sorry.
But yeah, man, that's crazy. I almost died. Sophie almost died.
And then I almost killed you
You're still
again.
kinda yeah.
All the things happening.
That's cool.
I only had to focus on 2 stories this time because I was like, if I added me and Amy Lynn too, it would be 30 pages.
There's nothing wrong with 30 pages.
Yeah,
There's nothing
that's a
wrong.
4. Yeah. That was a great read, though. Thank you, guys. It was a lot
I
of
love
fun.
this series, Kai.
Yeah, Luvaris is very fun.
Yay.
Cool.
I'm glad, guys.
We love to see it.
But like,
There's
real
also an
question.
awkward moment in there.
I was gonna say.
Was there? Where was it?
It was between you and Sophie.
At the
You
very end.
just standing there
Oh,
awkwardly
yeah.
after she almost tried to kill you.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, yeah, that is a little awkward.
What were you gonna say?
And I was gonna say, like, since everyone like using the power versus what emotion would you guys give up for some power?
fear would be a good thing to get rid of, but I feel like you have to have
Shame.
I'm gonna be
For
like
some
Jack
reason.
Moose.
Shame. Okay.
Shame.
it. Ooh,
That's a
Yeah,
good
I
one.
would give up embarrassment
what power?
Mm.
Mm.
for like some light and dark power manipulation.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
My original thought was grief, but then as I thought more about it, you'd become so disconnected from like being a human, and that's why I wrote that piece.
Yeah.
I feel like giving up any
Mm.
emotion would kind of fuck you up.
Yeah.
Up here.
I mean, Amy Lynn, what about you? What's
That's
your
what I was-
Deja and Amy Lynn and Kai? What are your things? You
Give
would
me a second.
mostly.
Happiness.
I think I would give up fear.
Fear.
I don't know what it's gonna do to me, but I think I would give up fear. I wasn't afraid of anything, and I would take the power on to be able to like materialize things. I think it'd be cool, you know, end world hunger and whatnot. Make food.
Yes.
I would probably give up
Like
anger. I feel like. Sorry. I don't know, cause I feel like and then my superpower would be like tranquility, like that, easy.
World peace. Let's go.
Nice.
I don't know. Big one. Jesus. Jesus.
Is there an emotion you don't really care for?
I mean, I'm kind of in like what Nick was saying, how like if you give up one, you know, because all of them make you to be human.
But if you had to,
Okay, if I had
You have to.
um, I don't know.
it's okay.
I might go you and Jack Moose's route and go fear.
Fear.
'Cause I have a lot of fear, so.
I mean,
Get rid of it all.
the whole thing like with the prompt, because like I forgot who said it, but it's like absolute power corrupts absolutely or something like that, and it's just like
Ooh.
to have power, it means you always like trying to almost give up something. Like it's either time, loved ones, or something like that. So I mean, yeah. Because like fear, it just depends on how you use it. Because like Jack's route, he just started. He feared. He didn't. I feel like in Nick's script, he didn't fear the repercussions of killing people. But yeah, fear is your own. You know, especially when it comes to other people. It's how you use it. It's like if you don't fear death, you just be like, you know what? I'm gonna go do this. I'm gonna fight the super villain. He might kill me, but I'm not scared. I have my power. So it's just like,
Yeah.
Nice.
I think technically there are only 7 basic human emotions, and they are happiness, sadness, fear, disgust, anger, contempt, and surprise.
oh. Based off
And
that, I'd
everything
give up
else is gonna
disgust.
fall.
That'd be easy.
Or like contempt.
Yeah, I was thinking contempt.
You give up contempt?
I don't want to be hateful. I don't know.
Yeah, you wouldn't
So-
hate anybody. You kind of walk around like a monk. You just be like, I don't hate
Yeah.
you. It's okay. You hate me. I don't hate
I mean, I got the look for it already.
So you're just like,
I just need the role.
you would give it up?
Yeah.
Doesn't get to like being like cool things?
No, contempt is like hatred. I don't know. Like it's a negative emotion.
Really? Like, you're not thinking of a different word.
Mayhaps. Contempt, the feeling that a person or thing is beneath consideration, worthless, or deserving scorn.
No, that's not what I thought.
Like disrespect. Huh.
Oh, I'm thinking of content
Oh.
Content.
thing.
I wouldn't give out.
Yeah.
Oh, content. Oh man,
Content.
you walk around so unhappy. You'd be like, yeah, I'm like really strong. I have powers, but I have an unhappy life.
Really pissed off.
Imagine giving up happiness though,
I mean,
but you'd be really powerful.
Yeah.
it's sad. Like, would you?
That's
I
just like a
mean-
psychopath, isn't it?
Yeah,
Sociopath?
you'd be a villain.
Yeah.
The psychopath never feel happiness.
Yeah. A very powerful villain.
Mm.
No, I feel like it'd be weird because, like, if you think about it, people who turn out, let's say people who had powers that they gave up emotion, I feel like villains would just turn whatever emotion they gave up into like a bad thing. It's just, I feel like it's more of a mindset than anything because you could give up happiness, and because like I think there's a thing where like we always have to strive for happiness, which we don't. We want to be more of a like equilibrium, like have a steady. So if you give up happiness, it's just like, yeah, you won't really have any happy moments. Every good moment is just be dull to you, but you don't turn to a villain. You just walk around in the gray vision of life.
Which is so sad. You're just miserable. It's misery loves company.
No.
Yeah. Riveting.
Well, what a wonderful show we had. I'm glad all of
Very
us
exciting.
all have our emotions, I think. We haven't lost any of them yet. We haven't sold them to the industry for superpowers of film or
Speak for yourself.
big checks. Maybe soon. I don't know. Let's go around and introduce ourselves.
I'm Amy Lynn, and I have been so happy that I could play another robot.
I am Kai Tam, and I have lost. My friend has lost my penis.
I'm Deja, and I have been. I don't know. Pick one. I have been wanting to know what the pendant looks like.
Mm.
Okay with that.
I'm Nick, and I've been Lucian's grief tucked away in like an archive somewhere.
Guilt.
Guilt, that's it.
I am Sophie, and I've been this close to burning my friend to a crisp.
I'm Xavier, and I have been shot in the back, almost burned, and I'm still here.
Yes, sir.
And together we are the
Intoxicated readers.
Tune in Monday night where we'll be playing video games, and next Saturday where we've got a brand new prompt that we will be writing on. I don't know it off the top of my head. We will reveal it later this week. Check out down below. We have social medias, our Instagram, our Twitter, our YouTubes, where you can find all of the videos of our past prompts and shows, including game nights. Some wonderful content in there. There's also merch down below. There's a link to our merch store. You can buy our shirts or hoodies. You can suggest stuff down below for us, prompts, join our Discord, play games with us, talk to us. All that jazz.
Your friends.
Yeah, be our friends. You don't need to give up emotions. We can get through it together. Okay?
Yeah.
Have a wonderful night, everybody.
Good night.
Thank y'all. Have a good night.
Peace.
Have a good weekend.
For joining.